Hey everyone, it's Denise Walsh. I am here and I am excited to connect with you. Let me make sure you can see me. There we go. That's better. Hi everyone. Welcome to our once a month Q&A session. This is a time for us to chit chat, to answer questions, and to brainstorm together. And this is something that we've been doing once a month for the past, I don't know, 5 months, since February-ish, I say. So I'm excited to have you guys on board. If you can, please leave a comment. Let me know who is here. And I'm going to go ahead by just getting started with some general kind of closing tips, follow-up tips, and then I'd love to hear from you and get to know what your questions are. So we'll probably last about a half an hour, and it is being recorded. So all right. First of all, for those of you that are listening, this is awesome because it means that you are plugging in. This task force was generated and created for people that want to run in their business, for people that are not just sitting back waiting for life to happen to them, but they are taking the bull by the horns and they're making life happen, right? They're not just waiting for life to happen, but they're making life happen. And when you take control of your own destiny, big things happen. So with that being said, when you're working your It Works business, follow-up is key. And I've actually talked to a lot of distributors lately about the idea of follow-up. Follow-up is a huge piece of this business because what we find is that follow-up is the relationship builder. You know, follow-up is what allows to help build trust, to help build friendship, to help build that connection. And so for those of you that are on the line, let's be realistic with yourself. How often are you following up with your leads? Now, when we're generating leads, you know, the idea is that you are gathering new people every single day to put on your hundreds list, and then you're also following up with people. So when we say, you know, you're going to spend 2/3 of your time gathering leads and, you know, following up with them, that means you're always putting new people on your hundreds list, and then you're always following up with those people too. So how often are you really following up with people from your hundreds list? And if you're not following up with at least a few people a day, then you're not doing it enough. And often people fear that they are bugging someone, or they are, you know, being too loud, or they don't want to, you know, be salesy, or whatever the case may be. But I can tell you, when people want this, they want you to call them, and they want you to make it easy for them. They want to say, "Oh yes, I've been waiting. You know, I want to do it. What do I need to do?" You know, often they don't want to look for your phone number. They just want to. I've had so many people say, "Thank you so much for calling me back." And yes, I do. I'm ready. I'm interested. And think about things you're looking for. You know, if you're trying to buy something and you have questions, you want people to talk to you yesterday, right? So you're waiting for somebody to call you and help you figure this out. So welcome everybody. Yay. I'm excited to have you guys here. Barbara, when you say you follow up 3 to 5 times every day with the same person, or you mean you've got, you know, a list of people and you're following up to 3 to 5 people each day? What do you mean? Because I think either way could work. If you're following 3 to 5 times a day for the same person, what you're doing is you're calling, you're texting, you're emailing, you're you're Facebooking, and you're just kind of hitting all the means of social media, or all the follow-up ways, you know, because then you just never know what their mode of communication is. And that's really important, to hit all angles. So sometimes when I call them, I'll leave a message, and then I'll text them and say, "Hey, it's Denise. Just wanted to check in with you, see what you're interested in, and I'd love to tell you more about that crazy wrap thing." Or, "Hey, it's Denise. Just wanted to see, you know, it's Denise from the booth at the expo the other day," or whatever. "I just wanted to see if you wanted to redeem my coupon." You know, that's the type of thing I always text them right then and there, and then, so, because sometimes people just don't answer a number they don't know, so I want them to know that it's me. I check the comments. Okay, cool. So I am just going to kind of keep chatting about some hot topics that I hear about, but I want to hear from you too. So feel free to leave a comment in the comment section, and we can go from there. Okay, so each person send email, text, and if we, oh, see, I was right. Follow up once a week with a text to find the greatest response. Yeah. You know, this day and age, especially if they're busy moms, I know as a mom of two young ones, it's hard for me to answer the phone when they're around, right? So text is a very easy way to say, hey, I'm thinking about you. Hey, I'd love to connect. Hey, is this something you're still interested in? And then maybe schedule a time to talk, or say I'm available, during 12 to 1 when it's your lunch. Give me a call on your lunch break. That's the kind of stuff uh, that you want to do to connect. Because I think too, you just never know what their best mode is. Some people love the phone. Some people are at work all day and would rather chat on Facebook, and some people would rather do text. So you kind of have to ask them what's your best way to connect and communicate, and see what works for them, and then they'll hopefully respond. Oh, Terry, great question. How do you follow up on old leads? And I think you should. You really should. Don't feel like a lead is dead in the water, even if it's been a few weeks or even a few months. I blast my list almost every Thursday when we have the opportunity call. And we try to get the information out a day early, so that way you have the story and things like that. But I would blast your list. So what that means is if they are, if you got an email list going, you BCC, blind carbon copy, so nobody else sees all those emails, and then you blast that list. If you've got phone numbers, you can even text a little blip to people and just say, hey, I know you were interested in learning more. I'd love for you to be my guest on this call. It's muted. Just listen in, and give the number. But blast the list every Thursday until people tell you to take them off. And sometimes I'll say, you won oh my gosh, I just wanted to connect with you and make sure you know about our new product. Have you heard of the Greens Chews or the Hair, Skin, and Nails? Sometimes I will send them a story of a testimony that I've just received, because stories sell, right? I don't want to push people away by saying, do you want it? I just want to say, this is what's happening to me. This is what's happened to my loyal customers. This is what's happening, whatever. So I'll say, I just wanted to share with you, one of my sister-in-law was super excited to try the Hair, Skin, and Nails, but she was really skeptical as if it was going to work. I just try to develop a story, and then I put a before and after picture and say, can you believe her picture, her before and after now. So blasting stories and testimonies, blasting call lists, and then even, calling them personally and just saying, hey, just wanted to see if you're still interested. Barbara says that she's asking them, hey, do you want me to follow up and send you a reminder? Awesome. Totally. Just say, is it okay if I give you a call next month? I know some people that have gotten leads from expos, and everybody always wins. So they say, hey, you want a free chin party? And then after the chin party, or maybe a couple months later, they'll say, oh my gosh, you want a free Greens facial party? And just really, or whatever, and try to book more appointments. So I think that's fun. The retail person where you don't get their information, we have asked for that information for sure, so it's on their radar to get us that information. But right now, I think sending them a letter and making sure that they have your information is key. But definitely, even just a little card or something like that is important. Good questions. It takes 7 to 12 times for people to see what you're doing and go, okay, tell me more, So it takes a bit of time for people to say yes to us, yes to anything, right, that they haven't heard about. And so when you're following up with them, you're just giving those repeated exposures, and you're saying, have you ever thought about doing it? And one key that I have for follow-up, if you have ever fallen into this trap, sometimes I found that I was saying, let me know if you have any questions. Even new distributors, let me know if you have any questions. Guess what? They never have questions. They're not going to have questions. So what you have to do is say, is it okay if I tell you a bit more about the wrap? Is it okay if I tell you a little bit more about the business and see if this is a good fit for you? You know, let me tell you a little bit about it, and then you'll have some questions. Even with a new distributor, I'll say, let's schedule a call to go through some training, and we can see what questions you have. You know, I want to give them homework and accountability, but I don't just want to say, I'm available to answer any questions, because guess what? They will not call most of the time. Another thing with follow-up, this is a really strong habit to get into, is when somebody requests information, whether it's through a text or a Facebook message or an email, you can say what you want to do is really just get to know them. So I had a girl say she posted on Facebook and someone commented, so she messaged that person and said, hey, just wanted to see if you're interested in learning more about that crazy wrap. I saw you commented on my picture. Are you interested in the business or the products? Always ask a question that they have to answer, right? So that you ask a question. Are you interested in the business or the products? Products. Then you can say, awesome. Well, I'd love to hear more about your health goals. Are you currently working out? You know, you're not going straight for the sell. You're going straight for the relationship build. So with that being said, if they say, I'm interested in the business. Awesome. Have you ever done a business like this before? Do you work currently? What are your goals? How much time do you think you could spend, get to know them? And then you can say it's $99 to get started as a distributor. It's $59 for a box of 4, or for $40 more, you can upgrade, you can get the rights to sell. So instead of just going straight for the sale, you're building the relationship within that follow-up as well. And I think that's really, really important. I talked to a girl this weekend in Ontario who said that she requested information from somebody, got a super long, probably very thorough book of information, and chose not to even read it because she's like, I don't have time for this. So you just want to do kind of one-liners, one sentences where you're saying, hey, have you heard of us? Have you thought about this before? What are you interested in? It's $99 to get started. It's $59 to become a loyal customer, and that's what most people do, whatever. Yep, Bailey says she always tries to bring up questions. Like, hey, are you still interested? Are you still trying to grow your hair out? Or how's that race training going? Or I know you work in the school. How is the flu season? Just try to be relational. And I think that the more relational you are, the better your results. What other questions do we have about closing the deal and follow-up? I think follow-up needs to be easy. It needs to be a system where it just flows into your natural habit, because if it's not, you're not going to do it. I know at the beginning you may feel like you need to have all the answers like printed off right around you, right? I know people that are like, I can only follow up in my one chair with all my resources right here in case somebody asks me a question. Well, I can tell you if that's the case, that's okay at the beginning, but you really want to develop some habits where it's easy to follow up. For example, on the way to picking your kids up from school or your grocery shopping. You want to always make follow-up easy. I know some people that lock themselves in their bedroom for an hour once a night. Maybe from right after the kids go to bed, 8 to 9, they're following up for an hour every single night. Some people make Thursdays. Mondays and Thursdays are my follow-up days. So Mondays and Thursdays, every Monday I'd connect with people. Every Thursday I'd connect with people, especially about the opportunity call. So when it's a part of your daily habit, then it won't feel so hard, and you'll find you'll just do it more. I could go through a list of 50 leads in a day and just text them and call them and connect with them and make sure they know that I'm here. Yeah, following up with loyals is important too. So I hope you do have a loyal list. You can do something like eye contact or constant contact, but you can also create just a little Gmail list. And I think that's an easy thing to do at the beginning. Create a group in your email account, then you can BCC that entire group and blast them every Thursday as well. Send them testimonies. You know, again, we want to provide good customer service. Now, your loyal customers, you certainly want to call them personally and say, hey, how are you liking your products? What have your results been? I've been in this long enough where I have crazy amounts of things, and so I do everything in a mass way, and still try to make it personal. So, Diamond, we can definitely talk about social media. I don't have anything on the agenda tonight, so we can do whatever you want. Loyal customers, make sure they know how to log in, perk points, share their site, new products. Yep, all that stuff's really important. Now, following up with social media leads, I think that so these are just some tips that I've heard along the way. I am not an Instagram girl. That doesn't mean I won't be at some point, but I have not taken the time to learn that. However, I know some people that are rocking out Instagram, where, I mean, we had a girl on the team that went diamond, double, triple 3 months in a row from building on Instagram. And I've got several people that are just getting good bonuses solely on Instagram. So some of the things that I learned from them is that they have saved text messages, because they put their phone number on everything. And they may say something like, text wrap to this number, text biz to this number, and they'll kind of gather leads that way and be able to sort them. And then they have commonly asked questions saved in their phone, either in a notepad or they text it to themselves. You know how you can text yourself and then it shows up, so you can copy and paste your responses. So for example, if somebody says, how do the wraps work? You've got a little response. What's a loyal customer program? You've got a little response. You know, all that kind of stuff you can kind of automate a little bit more, so that makes it easy. Instagram, from what I've heard, people love texting, so they'll text you. They'll certainly call you too, but they'll text you as well. But getting them on the phone. Oh, this was the tip I was meaning to share and I got lost along the way. So what you want to do when you have somebody that's texting you or emailing you or whatever, get to know them, ask them some personal questions, and get them on the phone within the day. So you don't necessarily want to close the deal over the computer. You can, and that's not bad by any means, but the goal is to get them on the phone to build that relationship even stronger, answer their questions, and get them to close right then and there. So if they say, yeah, I'm interested in the business, then you say, awesome, have you ever done something like this before? I'd love to tell you all about it. When are you available? 5-10 minutes. And then schedule a call, 5-10 minute call with them, and get them on the phone. I know a lot of teams that do 3-way calls all day long, and they say, get me leads. If you get me in front of people, I will help close your leads and help build your team that way. Diamond is asking how to build a following on Instagram. I know there's apps for that. You can, I don't know what they're called, but you can get an Instagram app that helps you to get followers and things. So that's something to consider, but let's see. Oh, good idea, Bailey. When you're on Facebook, follow up, see who's online chat, and then connect, message them when they're green. I know some people that have gone through their entire chat, and anybody that was green, they'd say, hey, have you heard of that? Have you tried a wrap yet? Have you tried a wrap yet? Have you tried a wrap yet? All the way down the list, because you know that they're online and you have the better chance of them responding. Great tip. Does anybody on here know the Instagram apps? I bet if you Google it, you'll get a list of some, but they help you build a following. What else? What other questions do you guys have? I got to hang out with Cammie today, and Debbie Sasek, Shelly Hyde, Tiffany Pasek. We all went to Cammie's pool to play, and it was very fun. And it just reminds me when I'm at these types of events, why we're doing this business. We're doing this business for time freedom. We're doing this business for for financial freedom. We're doing this business to be able to provide a better life for our family, for our kids, to give them experiences that we've never had. And I love just hanging around like-minded people who are excited about the same stuff. Follow people, follow, then delete the ones that don't follow you back. Good. Good. Yep. With the pictures, you can put your phone number. You can put your phone number as a hashtag on Instagram. I know my sister just booked a local party because she kept hashtagging Charlotte Wraps. She was hashtagging, her local area, and she got a local party from it on Instagram. So hashtagging your city, hashtagging your state, all of those are cool because it's a kind of smaller, I don't know what's the word, smaller field. People are looking for you. I don't know. But InstaFollow is the app. Thank you. What other questions or thoughts do you guys have? So question, so first to end follow-up and closing, I want you to really think about how often you're following up, because follow-up really needs to be a huge part of what you're doing. Really, if it's not, then you're not doing your job. So follow-up is huge. Create it, put it in your schedule, make it easy for you, make it habit. Know that people are you're going to leave a lot of messages and you're going to text a lot of people, but just keep doing it. It's a numbers game, so get through as many as you can. And then closing the deal. Some people ask me, how do you close the deal? Typically, I just say, are you ready? Let's get started. Or I'll say, when do you think you'll get in the computer? Or let's schedule your first party. Let's get you going. I had a guest at the OTOM last night, and I said, so what are you thinking? Are you ready? What do you want to do? You're just making them make a decision. You don't want to sit on the fence with them, right? So you just say, are you ready? Let's go. I asked Carla Burns once, and she said, how do you close the deal? She said, or I asked her that, and she said, hand him a pen. Just get them signed up, get them ready to go. And then so closing is really just having them make a decision. And if they're not quite sure yet, if they're still on the fence, then you want to ask them why. May I ask what's going through your mind? Why are you, what are you afraid of, or what's going on here? And ask them what they're thinking about, what is maybe their hesitation, and then you can address that need. Is it confidence? Most likely it's confidence. Then you can address that. Do they have too little time, too little people, all that kind of stuff. The Facebook stalking technique. I am not quite sure what that is. Facebook stalking technique. I can tell you, I know some people that put their leads in like the close friends section of Facebook. They categorize them as close friends, and then their leads pop up in their newsfeed the most. And then they like their pages, they like their pictures, they engage with them on their wall. They're just kind of like, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And that's been pretty cool. Definitely messaging them, but texting and calling as well. If there's anything specific that she's thinking about that she's heard before, let me know. I'm not quite sure what she's talking about, but Facebook ads, absolutely. People do Facebook ads all the time. People are targeting different countries. They're targeting, their city. They're targeting things on Facebook. Now, Facebook is a learning curve. Facebook's always changing, so there's not a trick to it. It's just really learning what grabs people's attention and what Facebook will approve. So, but Facebook ads are a big, you can boost posts on Facebook, you can do sponsored stories, and you can do a lot of stuff on Facebook. What else? Okay, so follow up, closing. Next, charting. So when you sign up a distributor, what we want you to do is to just keep it simple. You know, go find 4 loyal customers, your mom, your aunt, your cousin, your sister. Who are they going to be? Put their name in the box, like in that line, and then go call them. Like, you can get 4 loyal customers before your kid even comes. We really want new distributors to be focused on that and intentional about that. Getting their customers in their first week is crucial, and it can happen when they try. They just have to try. So giving them names and saying, okay, go call those people right now, get back to me, or let's get them on the phone together, or send them this message, or whatever. And so I think that that's giving them that first step is important. Once they've done that, then you can say, all right, your next step is executive. Let's get you a few distributors. And with that, I want to show them how to chart immediately. So I want them to, I give them the executive chart. I know some people that will give them the diamond chart right away and put their name at the top and be constantly filling it in with them. You want them to learn how to chart and to be excited about promotion. When they're excited about promotion, they're going to be that much more urgent to hit their goal. You know, we're looking for competitive people that want to experience success. And so when you give them a goal, when you say this is your next goal, and you're excited about that, and you're believe in them, you know, they'll go for it. They want to hit that promotion. So give them the chart for executive, put their name at the top, and say, go find 2 distributors. You know, go talk to as many people as it takes to do that. So I think that charting your new distributors consistently on a daily basis is important, because we want them to learn how to do it. And we want them to be a part of that, and it keeps them excited too. Community building. Yes. So what's interesting, and you probably already know this, but community is the glue to the business. It's the friendships that we make, the fun that we have, and, you know, the like minds that we're around that keep us going when things get tough. And so we really try to create a culture and to create a system where people feel valued, where they feel a part of something, where they're not just another number, but they have a, you know, their gift is being recognized. So we do the team Facebook pages for sure. We also do a roundtable call once a week with just kind of my newer teams, and the goal with that is not only for me to talk, right, because I can talk forever, but the goal is for them to talk. I want them to share their story. I want them to share their why. I want them to connect with each other, and I want them to have a stage. So what we'll do is we have a team call, and then often I'll highlight people on it. And it could be a new distributor, it could be somebody that's been in quite a while, but it's a way for them to grow into leadership because they have a stage to share. What I've learned in this business is that there's enough training out there. I mean, there just is. Somebody can be successful in this business without an upline, period. But what the team calls can do is to give people a stage and to help build and like kind of create that community where they look forward to hanging out with each other and they miss each other if they're gone, you know, that kind of thing. Recognition is huge as well. I know a lot of people do 400 clubs. I just talked to another team, and they're doing the 7-11 club, where your goal is to get 7 loyal customers within a allotted 11 days, and they make a big deal about it. When you do the first 5, get something. Being loud about loyal customers, loud about promotions, loud about action really is important. People want to know that their action is being validated and that somebody's watching and that they care. So sometimes we'll just send random recognition things. You know, we'll send random cards or random messages on Facebook. We'll do texts for sure. Voxer is a great way to connect with people. Voxer is probably saving my life right now. And Voxer is just a little, like, you leave messages on it. and you talk to somebody and you say, or you can Vox a message and say, hey, just have a question about this, and then I can respond in 2 minutes. Or I can respond, at 9 in the morning when I'm driving to the gym, and I can respond to all these messages instead of calling people back and waiting for it to ring, and then, all that kind of stuff. So Voxer, Voxer, is another great way to communicate, and I get all my new distributors on them and the leaders that I talk to consistently, because then I can just kind of go down my list. GroupMe is another app that we've been using. GroupMe allows you to have a group text message app, so it's kind of a smaller scale Facebook page and a bit more instant. I know some teams that are using the app way more than the Facebook page even, so that's important. Contests, yeah, I love this. I was talking to a team today actually, and I said, okay, do you run incentives? Because honestly, I sometimes think that the workers are going to work regardless, right? But what they said was, they try to draw the red out of people and create friendly competition. So I loved that, because I'm competitive, and if there's something to win, I want to win it. When I set a goal, I go do it. I'm an athlete, and that's what I've always done. And so for them to say it in that way, it's more than just trying to get non-workers working. The goal is to light the fire within people and give them the confidence, and maybe pave the way by giving this carrot. So they'll do incentives just about getting to executive in Ruby. I love the idea of the first 5, because sometimes we've done things where they get in a drawing, right? But then your chances are limited. I've had people give away iPads, and maybe it's too long. When you're doing a competition or an incentive, it needs to be something doable, it needs to be something tangible, and it needs to be in a time frame that people understand. So sometimes 30 days is too long, like they forget by then. So it has to be 10 days, it has to be a weekend, it has to be 1 day. Whoever signs up the most loyal customers today, or whatever it is gets mad recognition on the group page and on their personal page. Bailey, is there anything else that you are thinking about that I did not mention? I would love to hear from you. What has been your favorite task this task force? What is something that pushed you outside your comfort zone, but also helped to build your business? I think we're going to do something different next month. And I don't have all the details yet, but it is very cool. So definitely take the tasks that you liked. We're going to keep the task force up, but you can save them. Save the tasks, use them with your new distributors. Use them yourself to help hold yourself accountable and to try something new each and every day. Do maybe a group of you, 3 or 4 of you, that go through the tasks again, at a later date. The goal is to create good business habits and help you be creative so you can get outside your warm market. Although your relationships with your warm market, your lukewarm market, is really important, and they're going to, be the people that jump on board fast, we want you to get outside your warm market quickly too, so you're going to be always meeting new people. All right, any more questions? This is your time. Yeah, the video tasks are fun, aren't they? They do. They push you outside your comfort zone. They give you something that you can use for marketing long term. Hopefully you're creating your YouTube channel and you're going to continue to put videos up, your favorite product, your favorite tip, why you signed up, you're branding yourself on YouTube, you're creating a training resource for your people, they're getting to know you, all that stuff is really important. One of the things with community building too is just have fun together. Just have fun. You know, get to know people and their journey and their stories, and, you know, have fun and enjoy the journey together. This is a business, and people sign up in this business because they want to make money. So we have to focus on teaching people how to make money, but they want to have fun while they're doing it. If this business isn't fun, they're most likely going to quit. What's interesting is if you really think about it, we are working with volunteers, and so we have to give the volunteers a reason to stay. And people typically stay when they're making money and when they have solid friendships. Cool. Good job, Diamond. She's using the tasks with her new distributors. That's awesome. All right, just a couple more minutes. We have just, what day is today? Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. 5 days left in the month. 5 days for people to sign up and be eligible for the good bonus. 5 days for your double diamond distributors to hit that promotion. I hope you're charting with them. I hope you're on top of things with them. I hope you're engaging with them. As many set of eyes on the chart as you can have, the better. And just have so much fun when you're doing it. Success loves speed. So when you're urgent and you're excited and you're passionate, people will jump on that bandwagon with you. And if they don't spend too much time trying to convince them. It's not worth it. Just keep moving forward, keep being excited, keep being passionate, and people will come. What has worked the best for gaining prospects through the internet? You know, a lot of different things. It's the thing with this business is that there's no right, like, do this and it is magic. You know what I mean? There's nothing like that. So you have to kind of keep your hands in a bunch of different baskets. We've done a ton of Facebook stuff, Facebook ads, Facebook sponsored stories, boosting posts. We've done Google stuff, we've done blog stuff, we've done YouTube stuff. I mean, I think people search YouTube these days for information when they're trying to do research. So we just try to have our eyes on a lot of different things and you know, go from there. But I think that if it were easy, everybody would be doing it. So just know everything changes so much that you're kind of always learning and relearning and trying things to see if it works. And if it does work, woohoo, then you do it again, you know, that kind of stuff. So we do a little bit of everything. All right. Good question. Long distance teams. I would say most of my teams are long distance, and the biggest reason why that can be challenging is for the community, because again, they can do all the training they need online. They have videos, they've got all that kind of stuff, but the community is the glue. And so that's one of the reasons why we started team calls, was so that we could create the community and have people talk and get to know each other. I know some people that do a video thing like this, once a week with some people. I've got people that, and you can actually do this type of meeting with, like, I can go back and forth from your screen so we can all see each other. That kind of stuff is really nice too, because then you're just more personal, more relational, and you're a friend in their home. I have a meeting with a Spain team on Friday at 3 where we're going to Skype together and we're going to talk. And, I think that's, at the end of the day, the best thing that you can do is just connect consistently through text, Facebook, and this type of video thing. Now, what's interesting is that I say that I've got a local team that I hardly ever see too. You know what I mean? We're all so busy now. We're working our businesses. They're all leaders. So they're all kind of doing their own thing. And so local doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to hang out a ton. So I would, when people are talking, when they're talking to me and they'll say, oh, but maybe I want somebody local, I'll say, well, really think about that, because local doesn't mean that they know what they're doing. Local doesn't mean that they're going to be working with you consistently. I know we've got systems in place for success. We've got systems for team training, team community, and leadership development, and you're going to be walking into a well-oiled machine, and I'm confident that when you plug in, you will get support. Because it's on them, right? We can provide resources, but if they don't plug in, there's nothing we can do. So I would say, Kitty, that you want to just create the culture of connection through texting, through GroupMe, through means like this, and just talk a lot, and not necessarily chit-chat a lot, but talk a lot. Tell them what you're doing, get to know what they're doing, and then go to Florida together. If you can't necessarily travel around and meet, team members, all go to Florida at the same time, because then you can do team dinners and you can hang out and you can really, have that bond. Great question. Most of my work is done through email, Facebook, phone, text. But I have a local team that's starting to brew these newbies, and they're booking me for parties, they're booking me for strategy sessions, and it's so much fun. So it is fun to be able to do that, and so what you want to try to do is duplicate that with the people that don't live near you. Do a strategy session like this. Say, all right, let's go through your time management calendar to figure out how much time you can work this business, and then I'll give you I'll help you come up with your to-do list for the things that you're going to do tomorrow. Most people, when they get started, they're so excited they just started their own business, and then they have no idea what to do. So helping them create a to-do list over their next couple days, the first week in the business, these are things to work on, is important, and that can help build their confidence along the way. So for those of you that are on this call, I hope that you are coming to Florida in July. It is going to be an amazing event. We're going to be able to see the new corporate headquarters. It's going to be a huge visionary time for you and your team. Get them to come together, stay at the same hotel, and just have fun together. It's one of my favorite things about Green Carpets. We are also having an October Green Carpet, and I can tell you we're doing a really special leadership retreat surrounding the October Green Carpet for those that are double diamond and above, and we're just now planning it, and next week I'll launch all the details. So I'm super excited about that. I think that's going to be a really fun thing for everybody to shoot for over the summer. So, all right, last call for questions, and then your task for tomorrow, right? Your to-do list for tomorrow is to spend a good hour just following up with leads. Call them, text them, Facebook, next. Call them, text them, Facebook, next. And just go down your list and follow up with people for a consistent hour to close the deal, to add people to your chart, and to hit your goals. So thank you guys so much for being on. I'm excited to see you walk across that green carpet stage, and congratulations on all your success so far in the task force and beyond. And this is just the beginning. Kitty, so real quick, a initial to-do list with a new distributor. Training Academy, hundreds list, message their hundreds list. They can message 20, 40 people a day with like, hey, this is, I don't know if you noticed, but post it, so they want to post on Facebook. And sometimes I'll give them a picture and say, post this with the verbiage. And the verbiage is something simple, like, oh my OMG, have you tried a wrap yet? What body part do you want to wrap? Or whatever. Give them, post on Facebook, do the Training Academy, start writing their hundreds list, and then start messaging their hundreds list with a standard, hey, just kind of copy and paste message that's personalized to them a little bit. But I don't know if you've heard, but I started a new company, and I totally thought about you. I think you'd be really good at this because of these reasons, etc. And then work through that list. And that's biggest thing. They can schedule a party in their first 2 weeks, but I think that working through their hundreds list is even more important, or maybe just as important than that. So, all right. Have a great night, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.